You know the story of the Tower of Babel in Genesis chapter 11. Men tried to build a tower to reach to the heavens. This was man's first attempt to set up a one-world government, economy, and religion. God confounded their languages and scattered men around the world. However, in the end times, man will finally succeed in his attempt to set up a one-world government, economy, and religion. This is a picture of the UN building in Strasbourg, France. Notice how the architects specifically designed it to look like the artist's rendition of the Tower of Babel. It is round and unfinished at the top, just like in the picture. Now, the Tower of Babel was built in the land of Shinar, and the city later became known as Babylon. There is a fascination in Europe and world culture with anything to do with Babylon. For example, the Rolling Stones put out an album entitled Bridges to Babylon. Brad Pitt was in a movie, Babylon. There is a popular TV show, Babylon 5. And the Jews were taken in captivity to Babylon in 586 BC, and so this is a very important city in their culture even today as they study the Babylonian Talmud. Right now, New York is the financial capital of the world. But what is Wall Street? It's a building filled with computers, and most everything is traded electronically. But in the end times, Babylon will rise to power and become the economic center of the world. Charles Dyer of Moody Bible Institute and Dallas Seminary wrote a book back in the early 1990s called The Rise of Babylon. In this book, he makes a case for the Bible prophecy that Babylon will rise again. And then this article from Israel Today magazine says, in the popular Left Behind series, Christian author Tim LaHaye has the UN moving its headquarters from New York to Babylon in the end times. Moving the UN to Iraq might be the only method of ensuring that a departure of U.S. forces would not leave the country and region in chaos, writes Cynthia Ayers and David Kamens of the U.S. Army War College's Center for Strategic Leadership. There's even a ready-made location for it, Saddam Hussein's 600-room palace and compound constructed over the remains of the ancient city of Babylon. This is the 600-room palace Saddam built before his execution. Fill this building with computers, and you have the next Wall Street. Revelation 18 says, "The merchants of the earth weep and mourn over her, for no man buys her merchandise any more. The merchandise of gold, silver, precious stones, pearls, fine linen, purple, silk, scarlet." He lists 28 categories that represent everything you could possibly buy. And this is the fall of Babylon at the end of the 7-year tribulation period. So, at the end of the 7-year tribulation, Babylon will fall, but for Babylon to fall, it has to rise. This is the debt clock in New York City. America is now in so much debt that an extra digit recently had to be added to the clock. The American economy is about to crash. This will then give way to the rise of Babylon and the start of the 7-year tribulation period, but all who believe in Jesus will be saved.